Dealing with cryptocurrency exchanges is sort of like staying in a relationship with someone because they are absolutely fantastic at sex. Cryptocurrency exchanges give us the possibility to invest in things like Bitcoin, a technology which enables the free flow of money all over the globe without the restrictions of fiat currencies set upon us by governments or other sorts of regulations. And we're enamored by this. Unlike regular stock exchanges, we can trade cryptocurrencies 24/7. And like that person in bed, they can go all night long. But like being in a relationship with someone just because they're good at sex, in the long term, there are problems that develop in that relationship. Things like trust, commitment, communication, and security. These are things that cryptocurrency exchanges struggle with on an ongoing basis. We have problems with communication with cryptocurrency exchanges. We have outages, reports of insider trading, and we have a lot of lies too. The fact that almost 80 to 90% of cryptocurrency exchange volume may be faked. Like that girl next door, we stay with these cryptocurrency exchanges though in the end because we're still so enamored by the asset class and all the promise that it has. And there's a lot of people in the cryptocurrency space that say, well, I'm not here because of the price of Bitcoin. I'm not here because of the price of Ethereum. I'm here for the technology. But the problem with that is that unlike real assets like gold or property, these things don't have intrinsic value. Everything is based off of supply and demand because they're purely speculative. They don't represent interest or valuation in a company that is producing ongoing value. And because of that, price is the only metric that we have to be able to ascertain whether or not these things are worth anything. So the flow of price, supply and demand, is strictly in the hands of these cryptocurrency exchanges. And these are things that moving forward, they're going to have to solve, or else the big players in the traditional exchange place, like the NASDAQ or the NYSE, are going to come in and sweep these exchanges off their feet with much better features that the world of futures and stock trading are already employing today. So without further ado, I want to talk a little bit about how cryptocurrency exchanges can improve moving forward. How they can go from that one-night stand to getting down on one knee and proposing to us with the best features imaginable. Let's talk about security. So one of the key tenets of any relationship to succeed in the long run, besides just a simple fling, is that there has to be a level of trust and transparency in how things operate on a day-to-day basis. And when it comes to cryptocurrency exchanges, security is one of the biggest problems that they face compared to stock exchanges and other places to trade assets. There have been dozens of instances where cryptocurrency users and traders have been left out of millions or even billions of dollars due to an exchange having a negligent practice or getting hacked and having these funds stripped away. Now, this is a problem that stock exchanges don't have to worry about. Almost every single stock trades on a centralized exchange like the NASDAQ or the New York Stock Exchange, which means it's not really possible to go into someone's account and steal some shares and then sell them on a black market like it is with Bitcoin or Ethereum. There have been numerous instances, obviously, of hacking, clients' identities being stolen, things like the Mt. Goxes or the Quadriga CXs, which leave hundreds of thousands of users out millions or even billions of dollars. And to give current cryptocurrency exchanges some credit, there has been a bigger effort to secure users' funds. But the biggest problem with cryptocurrency exchanges, and one of the things that very few offer and very few will be able to offer, is insurance protection on cryptocurrency assets. Now, there are instances of cryptocurrency exchanges which do offer insurance on users' funds, which means that in the event of hacking or something going offline, your funds up to a certain amount are protected. But many of these exchanges operate in foreign countries and they preclude many people from participating in them, which means they can't really offer $100,000 worth of insurance protection on a load of Bitcoin that you have in their exchange. The problem with this moving forward is that there are many big players entering the cryptocurrency space. Names like NASDAQ or the New York Stock Exchange, which are launching things like Bakkt, or Fidelity, which are going to provide users an ability to trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other digital assets with the added protection of insurance on their funds. And then on the other end of the spectrum, you have decentralized exchanges, which allow users to trade cryptocurrencies anywhere in the world at a lower liquidity, but with complete anonymity without needing to give up any sort of identity whatsoever to sign up. And so in the middle of these two types of emerging exchanges, you have the current set of exchanges. Places like Binance, Bitfinex, Poloniex. And so what's going to happen is that these middle tier exchanges are going to have to start adopting features from higher end exchanges. Things like insurance funds, which are basically exchanges like Bitfinex taking a portion of the fees that they generate and putting it towards a fund to remunerate users in case of a black swan event or a hacking. And to compete with decentralized exchanges, many of these middle-tier cryptocurrency exchanges are going to have to continue to offer users the ability to trade on their platform lower volume amounts without having to give up their identity or their know your customer information. Let's talk about fees. So the way that most exchanges work right now is that you either pay a flat-based commission to trade or you pay a percentage-based commission to trade. Both of these methods have their upsides and their downsides. For the flat-based commission trades, one of the greatest things is that no matter how much of a stock that you're buying or selling, you're always going to pay $5, $10, or even $15 based on what your broker has set out for you to pay. And this is great for people who are trading 5, 6, or even 7 figures on an exchange, because you're always going to pay that flat amount no matter how much of a share you buy or sell. But the downside to this method is that if you're a smaller user, you're only playing with $100 or $1,000, having to pay $5 or $10 of commission just to buy $1,000 worth of stock means that you have to make anywhere between 1 to 15% profit in order just to come out profitable because of the expense of the commission. Now, on the other end of this, you have percentage-based commission, which is kind of like how all cryptocurrency exchanges trade today. On a cryptocurrency exchange, you'll pay an average of 0.3% to buy or sell Bitcoin, Ethereum, or any other crypto asset. And this is great for two groups of people. The people who have a small amount of assets are only going to pay a couple cents to trade because it's based off of a percentage amount, not a flat base commission. And this is also great for bigger players who are trading 7 to 8 figures on an exchange, because some exchanges offer 0% commission for bigger players in the cryptocurrency space. But the problem with this method of collecting fees is that the people trading between 4 to 6 figures get hurt the most from this deal. If I want to buy $100,000 worth of Bitcoin, for example, on a common exchange with a 0.3% fee, I'll pay about $300 just to buy into that Bitcoin order. And I'll also pay that $300 just to sell that amount as well. And this adds up and makes a ton of revenue for these exchanges in the long run. But what's going to happen when one of these big players like Fidelity or Bakkt comes out with a method of cryptocurrency trading that lets you have as low as $5 or $10 flat commission fees? I believe these mid-range traders that are making 4-figure to 6-figure trades are going to move over to those platforms in order to save hundreds or even thousands of dollars over the course of years. And what this means for the current onslaught of cryptocurrency exchanges is that they're going to lose a large percentage of their liquidity of these middle-range traders to these bigger established platforms. And if you really think that fees are not a big deal when you're trading, you have to take a look at Binance Coin and what they've done over the last 2 years. The BNB token is a coin offered by the Binance platform, which basically allows users to save anywhere between half to a quarter of their fees just for holding a certain amount of those coins. And due to the utility of that token, the Binance coin was the best performing coin in the year 2018, which is known as one of the worst performing years for cryptocurrencies ever. And so cryptocurrency exchanges cannot be lazy when it comes to thinking about the fees that they charge their users to trade, buy, or sell cryptocurrencies. And so they have to be able to adapt and find new ways of generating revenue outside of fees in order to compete in the long term. And the last way that cryptocurrency exchanges can become better long-term partners is by solving the liquidity problem. Now, admittedly, over the last year, the cryptocurrency market has been in a downturn. And after such a parabolic advance in 2017, it's completely to be expected that in 2018, a lot of the money that used to be in the cryptocurrency space is leaving to go into other assets or places to trade. But the major problem that we have right now is we actually have, in my opinion, too many cryptocurrency exchanges. Too many avenues for people to trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, or other crypto assets. You have these exchanges like Coinbase, which is one of the biggest exchanges in the US that has these freak incidents like Ethereum going from $300 to 10 cents in a minute as a flash crash. And a lot of these problems are caused by a lack of liquidity. When you're trading on traditional trading platforms like Fidelity or Questrade, no matter where you are in the world, you're always going to pay the same amount for a share of a stock at a given second or a point of time. Because every single stock trades on either the NASDAQ, the New York Stock Exchange, Pink Sheets, TSX, or any of these major exchanges that all brokers share liquidity with. But when it comes to cryptocurrency exchanges, each one of these companies has their own set of liquidity, their own order books. They don't share assets amongst themselves. Bitfinex and Coinbase don't share the same order book for trading Bitcoin to US dollars. And on top of that, when these bigger platforms get going, they're going to be able to fix these problems because they're going to be using methods like futures or non-spot Bitcoin in order to allow people to buy or sell. they're never going to run into those problems where the price of Ethereum crashes from $300 to 10 cents because everything is going to be monitored and regulated. If you really think that Bitcoin's going to be around for the next 100 years, we have to, at a very minimum, expect that our cryptocurrency exchanges are going to improve with that asset class. If we don't want our experience with cryptocurrency exchanges as we know them today to be one of these one-night stands in the entire history of Bitcoin, then they have to keep up with that technology itself. I'd love to hear from the community as to what type of features they would like to see in cryptocurrency exchanges moving forward. Are these big players like Fidelity or Bakkt a game changer? Do you think you're going to move to those platforms when they start launching for traditional investors? Let me know in the comments below. I'm personally very excited for the rest of 2019 and 2020 because I really believe that cryptocurrency is going to make a comeback from the lulls of 2018 moving onwards. Thanks a lot for watching my video. If you like the content, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Press the little bell for the notifications. And if you're using the Brave browser, you can hit the little triangle icon, the Brave Rewards button up above, and send me some basic attention tokens if you want to see more content like this in the future. Last but not least, I've included some links to some of these cryptocurrency exchange founders and CEOs down below. Feel free to reach out to them because they are going to listen to your comments and your concerns and your requests for their exchanges moving forward. Thanks for watching my video, and I'll be around with more content very soon.